The Torah describes for us in this week's Parsha the process of Tahara for a Kohen. And the Torah says in Pasuk Zayin of Perek Chaf Beis, Uvo HaShemesh v'toher, the Kohen, after his tefillah, so he will wait until the sun sets, and then he will become pure. V'achar yochal min HaKodashim, which traditionally is translated as, and afterwards he will eat from the Kodashim, which in this context means the Truma. However, I once heard a really beautiful, creative reading of this pasuk, al pi derech drush. Uvo hashemesh v'toher, the sun will set, he will become pure. V'achar yochal min hakodashim, and somebody else will eat the truma. And the pasuk is telling us that the process of tahara for the kohen is not just a strict legal process of purification, but it also is something that is supposed to stir an internal change in the Kohen. That he is now an acher. He's somebody else. He has recreated himself. He's born anew. The acher will be yochal min hakodashim, and somebody else will eat from the kodshim, from the truma. And it's really reminiscent of what the Rambam describes in Perek Beis of Hilchos Tshuva when he talks about the process of tshuva. And he says that a person involved in an intense tshuva process, so oftentimes he will change his name. What's the purpose of the name change? Says the Rambam, it's a declaration, a statement. Klomar, ani acher. I am somebody else. I am different. Ve'eni osa ha'ish she'osan osan hamaisim. I look back at the person who committed those sins, and today I feel like a different person. I've gone through a change. A inner, deep, real change. I'm a different person now. Ani acher. Ve'eni osa ish osa osan hamaisim. The Navi tells us when Shaul HaMelech became king, he also experienced a tremendously uplifting religious experience, spiritual experience. And the pasuk says about Shaul, V'nepach le'ish acher. That because of the process that he went through, he turned into a different person. He was no longer that same person that he was before this experience. And I think the message of Shaul and the message of the Rambam here in Hilchos Tshuva and even the drush on the pasuk here to us is very, very important. That as we experience or as we undergo religious change, when we have religious experiences, when we're inspired, after we daven, when we learn, so those experiences that we have are supposed to be things that change us. We're not supposed to just go through the motions of giving tzedakah, of doing chesed, of learning, of davening. But those experiences are supposed to change us, to make us into a new person. I don't just do acts of chesed, but I become an ish chesed. I become a person of chesed. V'nepach le'ish acher. The Sfas Emes in this week's Parsha, and I'll conclude with this, the Sfas Emes in this week's Parsha tells us, he says that his grandfather, the Chiddushei Harim, said that the reason why on the Yom Tovim we make a bracha of Shechianu, but we don't make a Shechianu when Shabbos comes, besides the strict halachic discussion of how much time has passed. But he said that part of the reason we don't make a Shechianu when Shabbos comes is because we're never really supposed to leave Shabbos. Shabbos is an experience, as we see how the Torah describes it, that first Sheishes Yomim, and then you keep Shabbos. That Shabbos is supposed to impact and influence and inspire the week that follows the Shabbos. And therefore, we don't make a Shechianu because we've never really left Shabbos when the next Shabbos comes. So Hashem should help all of us, that we should be inspired, whether it's by the weekly Shabbos, whether it's by the learning that we do, the davening, the chesed that we do, that these experiences are not just things that we do on the outside, but they're things that touch us on the inside, that they change us, they inspire us to become better, greater, new people. V'achar yochal min hakodashim, v'nepach le'ish acher. Have a great Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, good Shabbos, good Shabbos.